Welcome to the plot summary of Batman Begins, where I tell you the beats of the story and play the ending. Because this is a licensed game, it follows along with the movie, but they rarely completely follow the movie. That's why I'm making this. For those of you who don't know Batman's origin story, why the hell are you here, and where the hell have you been? Frankly, I'm so sick and tired of directors wasting our time showing a story that could have been summarized in a few sentences. Anyway, Bruce Wayne didn't handle the death of his parents well for an abnormally long time, and ends up in the League of Shadows, where he is trained by a man that looks astonishingly like Ra's al Ghul in the cartoon. But his name is Henry Ducard. Henry Ducard? The real Ra's al Ghul is a bald Japanese guy who rarely talks and is a lesser-known actor. Anyway, Bruce's graduation day is here. He passes all the tests and goes to the final lesson. Ra's and Henri want Bruce to kill a murderer, but Bruce refuses to be an executioner. In hopes that he will change his mind, Ra's tells Bruce about their ultimate plan to use 9 barrels of explosive powder that is in the room as they speak to purge Gotham City. Given Bruce's standing in Gotham, he is a very high-level chess piece. A Dark Knight, maybe? Anyway, instead of killing the captured murderer, Bruce throws the super hot rod that has no reason for being there into the explosives that have no real reason for being there, and cause a one-room explosion that compromises the structural integrity of the entire temple, even though it looks like it barely compromised the structural integrity of the one room. Also, these must be special explosives that cause instant fire. I don't know. So Wayne frees the murderer because he knows the way out, and Wayne doesn't? But I thought he was just training in... Okay, let me get through this. Wayne finds Ducard right before he and Ducard are exploded out of the temple. With Ducard and the murderer saved, Wayne goes back to Gotham to become Batman. Fast forward to 7 days before present day. This game has a weird chronology. Batman is fully realized and has followed a mob boss, Carmine Falcone, to the Gotham docks. After interrogating, wink wink, his henchman and consigliere, Batman finds out that Falcone is smuggling powder in stuffed animals. The bears go to drug dealers, and something else is being smuggled in rabbits and go to some doctor. Now all that's left is to go get Falcone. Which is exactly what Batman does, but for some reason, he doesn't really interrogate him. I would probably want to know who is getting the rabbits, but I'm not a super sleuth. Batman is tipped off by Lucius Fox, Batman's research and development guy, that Wayne Enterprises' special division has been burgled. But for some reason, he doesn't know what. Just that it was in a truck. Batman chases the truck down, causing tons of property damage, only to find out that it was a decoy. Oh well, old Bats has got another lead anyway. Detective Flass is Detective Gordon's partner, and crooked as the spelling of Mississippi. Batman heads to Falcone's club to have a little chat with the dude. Batman gets to the security system for the floor the Falcone club is at, and finds out that Flass is interrogating an inmate in the building next door. The only entrance is through Falcone's office because the building is for gangsta activities. Batman makes it to the interrogation to find out that Flass is talking to Zsasz, the homicidal killer. Flass wants to know who Dr. Crane works for. Wait, what? So Batman uses Zsasz for motivation to get Flass to talk. Dr. Jonathan Crane. Don't know where he is? The stuffed rabbit chemical is going to the abandoned museum. Let's go. By the way, you know Gotham is a real poop hole if they have an abandoned museum. Maybe Japanese Ra's al Ghul was right. Gotham is worthless. Anyway, Batman goes through the museum to find the chemical transporter is a helicopter pilot whose brother is being held hostage by Dr. Crane. Batman lets him go and hitches a ride to the helicopter that leads him directly to Crane at Narrows Island, an old trick from the Master Detective. When they arrive, the pilot notices you followed him and tries to run to inform Crane, only to get caught by a patient that is hopped up on fear juice. Batman the superhero does absolutely nothing to save the pilot. I hope the pilot was lying about his brother, because if not, his brother's totally gonna die too. This leads us to present day, which was actually the beginning of the game that was followed with a flashback and then another flashback that was more recent than the first one. So Batman whoops the pilot-killing psycho and throws him into the skylight, and he falls 2 stories onto a hard floor. Before the psycho maybe dies, he tells the others that Batman is coming, which he killed the pilot because he's a crazy ravenous psycho, right? But then all of a sudden, before his last breath, he tells the thugs about Batman. Okie dokie, not so crazy after all. When Batman busts in with the superhero landing, the thugs were in the middle of destroying evidence. I don't quite know why though. But Batman shows up, whoops butt, and then a scared punk rolls in and shoots the gasoline. Wow! Another one-room explosion that affects a building big enough to cover a block instantly. At least the fire makes sense this time. Batman continues through the fire and runs into Dr. Jonathan Crane, who promptly sicks his psycho patients on him and runs for it. Batman beats them up and gives chase, but Crane pops out of the corner and blasts him with the chemical. Now Batman is hallucinating. He sees Crane in front of a window and charges at him like an idiot, only to find out that was a hallucination too. Batman busts through the window and somehow gets home to heal himself with an antidote Lucius Fox made. Because Fox is not just a mechanic and inventor, he's also a chemist. The story does a random skip because movie and jumps to Crane kidnapping Rachel at Arkham Insane Asylum where Dr. Crane works. The game showed movie footage of Rachel in the beginning but never gave her name. It's a good thing you saw the movie. Anyway, Rachel was snooping around trying to connect Falcone to Crane by asking for a tour and interview with Crane. And she went by herself because an independent woman is the new damsel in distress. Well, since the 90s, I guess. It's just ironic they still need a Dark Knight in light-absorbing armor. Wow, that's 2 Dark Knight dad jokes in one video, eh? Getting good at this. In Arkham, Batman has to fiddle with the power generator to open a security door and tips off Dr. Crane, who calls the cops. Batman, hot on Crane's trail, is led to the chemical lab where he finds out that the chemical is being added to the water supply. When he finally gets to Crane, he beats the crap out of him easily and then sprays him with his own dang fear spray. Crane goes bat poop crazy, you see what I did there, and mentally flatlines. But not before bats can find out Crane works for Ra's al Ghul. In the meantime, Rachel is still sick with the toxin, and Batman, for some reason unbecoming of a genius, didn't bring any antidote. Damn. I mean, this Batman is dope, but how did you not foresee that you would need the toxin? And while we're at it, how did the cops not see the Batmobile parked in the parking lot by the front door of the asylum? Whatever. Batman gets Rachel back to the Batcave before she goes crazy and injects her with the toxin. Then apparently kicks her back out on the street. Later, Bruce Wayne has a party which is crashed by Ra's al Ghul. The real one. You mean to tell me it's Liam Neeson and not that Japanese guy who barely talked? What a surprise. Anyway, Bruce already knows what Ra's wants, to destroy Gotham City and every place like it. But Ra's still likes Bruce, so he just tortures him while they wax philosophical. At least all of Wayne Manor being on fire makes sense this time. Wayne runs into Lucius Fox, and together they figure out that a microwave emitter was stolen from Wayne Industries, and that Raz's plan is to use it to evaporate the water that is contaminated with the fear toxin so it becomes an active inhalant. That's great. And Wayne also doesn't even suspect Fox for snooping around his house unchaperoned. Lucius Fox for the win. Anyway, everyone escapes, but the house is in rubble. Ra's frees Crane and turns on the microwave emitter. Now Gotham Island is filled with fear gas and everyone is going psycho crazy. It's too late for the island, but Batman has to stop it from getting outside via the monorail. He also has a side quest to stop the bridge from coming down and letting any loony mobs make it off the island too. When Batman gets to the bridge controls, whom does he find other than Dr. Crane? And Crane explodes Batman out the control hub and back onto the bridge. But then Bats finds his way back up and Crane gets so scared he jumps out the window. It doesn't count if he kills himself. On the way to Ra's al Ghul, Batman is made aware that Rachel is being chased and has reached a dead end. Batman takes the detour and catches up to Rachel right before Zsasz gets to her. But then Rachel saves herself. Not so worthless after all. However, I've never seen anyone knocked out by a taser. And Batman just leaves Zsasz without wrapping him up. I hope he does it off camera, but that's real sloppy, Batman. Real sloppy. Anyway, with Rachel's help, Batman boards the train for the final confrontation. But when Batman reaches the microwave emitter, it won't turn off, and then surprise, bitch! It's Ra's al Ghul! That's the end of the summary. Enjoy the ending. Mess with the dude from the League of Assassins. Certainly needs better outfit, though. Better battle suit.
Have you finally learned to do what is necessary? I told you there's only one man I've let you kill. If not murder, what do you call this? Justice.
Justice!
Alfred, detonate the Batmobile.
Are you what, sir?
It's our only choice. Blow it.
You could have at least had Ra's al Ghul, like, sit there with his mouth wide open with his eyes all bugged out. All right.
I once made the mistake of thinking Ra's al Ghul was dead. But when men make themselves symbols, they shed their mortality. Henry Deckard and Jonathan Crane are already gone. Just like Bruce Wayne. He's only a mask. A cover for the face criminals now fear. All that's left is Batman.
All right, everybody, that was the end of Batman Begins, the video game. What did you guys think? Did you think that the story deviation was okay? Did you like the story at all? Do you just want to talk about the movie and what you thought about the movie? Because everybody says that the movie was the best thing ever, but putting Liam Neeson as the Ra's al Ghul and then trying to do that bait and switch where they put like a little known actor in there, that one really got me for a while. It was like, well, if that's Ra's al Ghul, then why is Liam Neeson there? I wasn't fooled for a second, but anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, and whatever, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next plot summary. Peace.